What is good, everyone? Welcome to a very, I guess, sad kind of Renegade Roundtable podcast here on the. I am Jeffrey Kirby. Obviously, as you can tell, by the voice of the tone of my voice, this one is not going to be easy. I'm going to be raw with my emotions. Whatever happens. Obviously, I did not do a reaction video to the news that we are going to be discussing here in just a second with the tragic death of Dwayne Haskins. Because I didn't want to be one of those people who I just didn't want to be one of those people who uses death for like clicks and stuff, because to me that is honestly beyond fucked up. And I'm sorry for my language, but I'm telling you, this is going to be the raw me today. I purposely didn't want to do one. I wanted to wait, a couple days past, and B, I wanted to, just give some time, because honestly, for me as an Ohio State fan and a Steeler fan, this one hit double hard for me. Some of my favorite moments as an Ohio State Buckeye fan came with Dwayne Haskins at quarterback, and just the fact that 24 years old, man. My fault, y'all. 24 years old. It's honestly just so sad, and like just taking everything football out of it. I mean, again, he just got married last year. He had his whole life ahead of him. And just for it to be cut just like that, it really makes you put into perspective life on a whole lot of things. And it really makes you realize that life is short. And this one just hit. This one, I did not, when I got the news about it, I really did not know how to feel. Like, it felt like, why did this have to happen to such a good young man? And I mean, for me, I'm literally 1 year younger, or a year and a half younger than Dwayne Haskins, and like that really puts into mind, like, I just turned 23, he's 24. You just don't know like how to react to that. So what I want to do is I actually, I found a cool tribute video. I want to play for this. I want to play this for everyone. This is not my personal video that I did. This was someone else's videos that was out on YouTube's. But so I'm not going to take credit for this. But I do want to play a cool tribute video for Dwayne Haskins. This is not going to be for the week. But yeah, here we're gonna go ahead and play this now.
Wait.
Yeah.
What you think?
This is awesome. Going to college here.
Here we go. Backup quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, 6'3", 214.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side. And now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began.
You know we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Let me tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling stronger. What's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken. The love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach. So remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you're gonna be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. When I see you again, see you
That, there you have it. There is a little tribute to Dwayne Haskins. Like I said, this one hurts, and obviously I never got to meet him. I didn't, know Dwayne Haskins personally, obviously. Again, I got to watch him play in person. You saw part of the highlights in there. It was from the Cleveland Browns versus Washington at time football team, now Commanders, when they came in 2020. I was at that game with me, my friend Justin, Hunter, and Daniel. We were all at that game, and so we got to watch him play live there. And that, just, again, as an Ohio State fan as well, this one hurt because, again, just some of the greatest moments that I've got to see as an Ohio State Buckeye fan came from there. Obviously, you saw in there the throw to Austin Mack in 2017 against Michigan. Just coming into the game right after JT Barrett got hurt, coming in the game and just getting to fulfill his dream of saying, hey, he said when he was 11 years old, you saw at the beginning of that tribute video, that he wanted to play at Ohio State. And a guy from Potomac, Maryland, he does that and goes into the biggest game of the year against Michigan and goes out there and just slings the damn rock. And this one just again, just taking football out of it. 24 years old. Just put that into perspective. I just couldn't imagine and then you have his wife, just what she's going through. They just got married last year. I couldn't imagine. The same way I couldn't imagine how Vanessa Bryant felt, I couldn't imagine how she feels now with Dwayne. This one, and everyone across the National Football League was hurting about this because everyone knew how good of an individual he was. Forget how things happened in Washington. I don't give a damn about that. when he came to Pittsburgh, just look at all, he came in right away and was big in the community, always wanting to help people out and really caring. It just goes to show just the kind of person he was. And just, you just have to ask yourself why. Now we don't know all the details on everything, of course, and I don't know if we ever will, just because we've gotten so many conflicting reports on this, because that's just typically how things go. But I mean, he was working out with the guys. Like, imagine, and we're gonna go through a couple of the tweets that we got, or that were put out throughout the time, after the announcement happened or after the stuff happened. We're going to get into a couple nasty tweets, or a nasty tweet by Mr. Adam Schefter, and also some absolutely ridiculous comments by Gil Brandt. We are going to get into those because what the fuck, honestly. I do want to, we're going to go ahead. Actually, I want to transfer over here. So we're going to transfer over now. Just a couple tweets that we saw. Obviously, TJ Watt, he said the world lost a great person today. When Dwayne first walked into the locker room, I could tell he was an upbeat guy. He was always making people smile, never taking life for granted. His impact on me will last forever. Obviously TJ Watt's another one of those guys. You could tell he just seems like from the outside, he seems like a genuine dude, and genuine can see genuine. And that's what he's saying right here with Dwayne. This one, just obviously, and then you get a couple of the comments here. My prayers to Dwayne's family as well. Indeed. Yeah. And then we're going to move on here. So here's another thing, and we're going to watch this video as well, and we're going to discuss this because, again, people absolutely fucking disgust me, honestly. So here was the tweet that was put out by Chase Claypool. He said, I spent your final moments with you, and I cannot help but think about how selfless you were in those moments. All you cared about was making sure that everyone around you was okay, and I can't thank you enough for that. You are what I strive to be. #LongLive3. And then after, we're going to go back here, and this is the video. We're going to play this video here with audio because I could not imagine, again, just how he feels about this. So let's watch this real quick.
Dwayne, I was just with you, man. And I love you, brother.
So, there you are. And so he tweets out a video of him, showing emotion, opening up about his emotions about this. And he said in this tweet, a moment of vulnerability. The moment I realized I had lost a brother. We are all placed on this undesirable pedestal and become treated as if we are anything but human. But it's okay to not be okay. Allow me to be that example. Love you 3. We're going to go back to full screen for a minute because we're going to talk about this before we get into some of the comments. What he said was absolutely right. Yes, they are athletes. Yes, they make tens of millions of dollars. But that doesn't matter. We have to remember, and I feel like this is something that gets lost in the sauce a lot as fans. They are humans as well. We have to remember that. They also have families. They also have friends. They also have people that care about them. And sometimes we just feel like that they're just complete robots, and they're not. They're not. We have to remember that, in times like this, where, again, in Chase Claypool, less than 12 hours prior, he was with him, if not even sooner. He was with him. Just imagine thinking that you're with someone. I just went through this last year. I was with one of my coworkers. I left work. He was an overnighter, and I was leaving as he was coming in. And literally, I wake up to the news of the passing of him. So, I kind of understand where that's coming from, and I sat there like, I don't know how to feel. And to think, Chase Claypool and Dwayne Haskins became close. You know that, and you could tell that, they were working out together, trying to get better. Chase Claypool, he had his stuff last year. He did not have the greatest years last year, so he's trying to go and improve. Dwayne Haskins, fighting for the starting QB spot. They're working together. They're grinding. And just to think that, they were just with each other, and now they're gone. It really makes you think about life again. And again, he says it's okay to not be okay. That is exactly correct. What he did, I have absolutely no issues with. He said a moment of vulnerability. Imagine losing one of your close friends. How you're going to feel. He's showing that. He's showing you that it is okay to express yourself. It is okay to open up your emotions. It's okay to do so. It's his way of grieving. It's a way of just having to grieve the fact that you just lost a friend, a brother, a teammate. It is okay. And that right here is why I'm so happy that he did this. I'm happy. And the people and the responses that he got he got a lot of people that were supporting him. And I'm happy that there's a lot of people supporting him and others who are grieving and choosing this way to grieve. And then you get a lot of the fucked up comments. And we're going to go and find some here. Because again, so we're going to transfer over here. We're going to go and look at some of his quote tweets. 2,316 quote tweets. We're going to go through some of it. Okay, first one. No way. Really? Really? This guy says, thanks Chase for showing your emotions. Hashtag RIP Dwayne Haskins. Yes. I don't bleep or I don't fuck with Chase, but if you clowning bro, you a bitch. Imagine your teammate you just put in work with about an hour ago died in an accident. I don't know if it was an hour ago, but they were just with each other. And again, yeah, imagine just being with someone and then a couple hours later they pass away. Just imagine that. You don't want to go through that. Damn, man, shaking my head. R.I.P. D. Hask. I feel for the family. Just terrible news. This man, he says, just straight real shit. Here we go. We got a Browns player or a Browns fan right here. I ain't one to ever defend Claypool, but bro was just with him, and the next thing you know, your friend is dead. He's a real ass person. Yeah, that's honestly it. Love for this. Too many people on the internet are too focused on being edgy and contrary or whatever for the sake of being negative for humans. Yes, and that's the other thing too that pisses me off about the internet. And I'm sorry if I go off tangent. It's just I've been holding this in for a couple days, and this is my way now of letting out what I feel. We're going to get into other stuff too. We're going to get into Mel Kiper'S mock draft 4.0 he released yesterday. We will get into that as well, as we're 2 weeks away from the draft. But yeah, people love to just be negative on the internet because negative is what gets clicks and stuff, and that's just honestly so fucked up in so many ways. We'll get to a couple more comments. Here he goes, man saying, why is people hating on this video? I'm just looking. Posts like these are a sickness. You, my friend, are a sickness. Orlando. You are a sickness. Christopher Carter, this one really hits hard. This one's heartbreaking. Yes, real men cry. Yes, they do. Real pro athletes are real humans too. It's bigger than football. Fuck you if you think otherwise. All right, here we go. Maine, why y'all do this? And we're gonna go. All right, I wanted to see if there was any comments to that. There's not any comments to this. Yeah. Why are you recording and crying and driving? Pull over. It's okay to be hurt, but why be reckless? Okay. Yeah, and there was a lot of people clowning him for this. Right now we're seeing a lot of the positive stuff. But yeah, I'm happy to see a lot of the we're seeing a lot of the positive stuff here, which is what I like to see that. I have so many questions about this, to be honest. Well, my friend, I have a whole lot of questions about you too. Yeah, people are questioning this dude. And one that seemed like he was hurt a lot is Indianapolis Colts wide receiver and Dwayne Haskins' teammate at Ohio State, Paris Campbell. Yeah, he went on a spree of tweets. This shit hurt, which it should. I love you forever. Miss you, Simba. R.I.P. 7. Yeah, just tears. I mean, again, coming into this game, boom, bang, a hot one to Austin Mack. We're gonna get into this here in about a second or so. And in fact, he actually, if you haven't heard it yet, we're going to play it. But I'm assuming you have. Paris says, "Excuse my language, but are you fucking kidding me? There's no way you say something like this in this moment. All the people grieving right now, and this is what you say." He's just saying, sorry for your tweets. Do not be sorry, Paris, at all. You have no reason to be sorry at all for what you said, because you said everything was real. Keep waking up, hoping this isn't true. Yeah, this one is hurting. And then here we go. So here is Gil Brandt. He was on, I believe, the NFL radio. And this is what he had to say. This is a couple minutes long, and we're going to watch it. We're going to listen to this and just listen to the amount of disgusting things that this man had to say.
Got to know the young man a little bit, but also from a scouting standpoint, you analyzed him over the years at Ohio State and coming into the league with the Washington Commanders and then going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, it's a terrible tragedy, and what wanted your thoughts on that, and also on the player, because you did chronicle his career very closely.
Well, Dan, I hate anytime anybody is killed or anybody dies. But he was a guy that was living to be dead, so to speak. They told him don't under any
where that was an issue, but we're going to go back. I want you to hear just this first little part that he just said.
Living to be dead, so
he's living to be dead. Gil, what the fuck? What makes you think it was okay to say that in this moment? What the hell is wrong with you? Yes, he might have had some questionable moments in his past. We all have. None of us are perfect. I guarantee you there was some stuff in your past that was messed up too. But come on, man. Now you say this a couple hours after? This is what you say? My God. Show some decency. We're going to continue on with this.
So to speak. They told him don't under any circumstances leave school early. You just don't have the work habits. You don't have this. You don't have that. What did he do? Left school early. I always can remember this. We invited players to the draft, and he was one of the players we invited to the draft. And we were told no. We're going to have our own party. His own party was a party at a bowling alley. Charged him $50 to get into the bowling alley for his party. It was always something, you know. It's one of those things. I'm never offside, but they keep calling me for offside. Is what it is. So, you know, it's a tragic thing. Anytime anybody dies, it's tragic, and especially when you're 24 years old and you got your whole life ahead of you. But you know, maybe if he'd have stayed in school a year, he wouldn't do silly things. I mean, I don't when you.
Again, are you fucking kidding me? In this moment, you say, oh, if he would have stayed in school next year, he might have not done this. What? What? This is some of the most fucked up things I have ever heard of in my life right after the death of someone. I want to go through some of the comments on this too, because again, how in the hell can you say this? 9,000 quote tweets on this. We're going to get into a couple of these. Wow, what a flaming asshole. There's a time and place for it, and this is not it. What happened to Dwayne Haskins is so beyond tragic. I hope he is at peace. Yeah, it's called read the fucking room. Some people need to learn how to do that, but they don't. He said the quiet part out loud. This is how they talk about our athletes all the time, which is true, and it's honestly sad. NFL media does not view the players as humans, and this whole Haskins scenario is really showing their hand. Kind of true. Does it sound like he just sounds more of hate? Paul Geiger says, hopefully this worked. Okay, so he was just talking about the actual audio. This is absolutely terrible. I seen some trying to rationalize this by pointing to Gil's age, but that shit doesn't fly. I feel awful for Dwayne Haskins' family and loved one. This is just absolutely unacceptable. Yeah, I don't give a damn that you're 90 years old, Gil. You're so fucked up for what you said. This can't stand. Time for Gil Brandt to go. Garrett Bush, my guy Garrett Bush. What's up, Derpy? Daddy Renegade. How you doing today? For years, people like Gil Brandt have been given platforms to use undercover dog whistles to describe black athletes. Observe how comfortable he is disrespecting a man who just died, at the same time pushing the racist trope of the dumb, reckless, and uneducated thug. Hashtag Haskins. Now, here's something that's interesting about this, and I asked myself this question. If Dwayne Haskins had the same exact background, but you switch his color, how does he interpreted? Ask yourself that, and honest and truthfully. If he was my color, if he was white, he would be interpreted a whole lot different. But because he's African American, what Garrett said was right. Now, he's a media in 92.3 in Cleveland. I've had a conversation or two with him, so I respect what he says, and he's right here. Nick Farball, my guy, he says, one of the most tone-deaf and quite frankly vile things I've ever heard on the airwaves. It's all the obvious things. It's horrible, sickening, and more. And you're right, it is. Mo Egger, Pittsburgh radio, so tone-deaf and disrespectful. Wow, he's right. This makes me physically ill. I don't understand how someone can be so insensitive. Yeah, we don't give those guys credit. Rashad Bateman here, wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens. The hell is this? Yeah, exactly. And then after that, we're going to get here. I want to pull up Gil Brandt's Twitter account here because, too, yeah, he is a Hall of Famer, which is so sad. And so here's what he had to say. This morning, while learning of Dwayne Haskins' passing, I reacted carelessly and insensitively on a radio interview. I want to apologize to Mr. Haskins' family and anyone who heard my poor choice of words. I truly apologize. My heart goes out to him and his family during this difficult time. In my opinion, I don't really think you mean that. I really don't. I think you just said that to clear your name, or try to at least, and it's not going to fucking work, because what you said was honestly fucked up in a way. It's so bad. Yeah. If no one called you out on this, there's not a chance in hell you're apologizing. He sounds like he meant every word he said. He's not sorry. We know he's not sorry. But there's my reaction to that. If you guys have anything, please let me drop anything you want to feel, or if you're an Ohio State fan, if you're any type of fan, or anyone, I don't care what fan base you are from. If you have anything you want to speak on in terms of Dwayne Haskins or anything, drop it down in the comments. Please do so. Obviously, this one was hard. I had a couple people ask me, asking how I was feeling, because they knew how big of a Buckeye fan I was and how big of a Steeler fan I am. Obviously, we do a Steelers Pittsburgh sports podcast here. And, and just, again, I've showed it in a couple of the reaction videos that I've done here on the channel. 2 of the bigger videos that I've ever done were Ohio State videos. So, obviously, this one hurt. And, it just really puts life into perspective, and I'm still sending my deepest condolences to his family, teammates, friends, family, just everyone that's affected by this. I do want to get into a little bit of a positive note, or a different note. I do want to and if you still want to drop anything down in the comments, drop it down in the comments. I'll be reading those all day. Or, as long as we're still on the air. But I do want to get into Mel Kiper's latest mock draft, because we are, as much as this is still sad, we still have an NFL draft coming up, which is 2 weeks from today, which, by the way, again, we will be going live from the NFL draft. We'll be going live for the NFL draft, broadcasting here on the YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe and like everything. We're by the way, we are 7 subscribers away from 400. So if we can hit that here pretty soon, that would be phenomenal. We've been climbing. Right now, I think we're on pace to have our best month so far in the month of April. And I know Caleb's not here today, obviously, but I know he appreciates it from the conversations I've had with him. He appreciates it a ton. I appreciate all the support a ton, and continue on the goal of the road to 1K. We're close to 40% on the way to 1K. But do want to get into Mel Kiper's latest mock draft. We're going to transition over here. Now, here's what's different about this mock draft. I have not seen this. All the other mock drafts that I've seen, I took a look at, and so I knew this is going to be a raw reaction. So this is going to be a new, a little bit different here. So you're going to get my raw reaction to his mock draft. He has rounds 1 and 2. We'll go through them real quick. But yeah. So obviously he released this yesterday from the time that we're on air. Okay, so number 1, Jacksonville, Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, it's really starting to lean towards this way, especially with them going, solidifying more of the offensive line. It seems like Aiden Hutchinson's the pick here. Unless for some odd reason they're just so high on a guy like Trayvon Walker, where they believe he's higher than Aiden Hutchinson, that would be, I think, the only big shock the only shock that I could see happening. But other than that, it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson. I believe so. Number 2, okay, we're already off to a hot start here, because the Detroit Lions are selecting Ahmad Sauce Gardner, corner from Cincinnati. This is interesting here, but I like the pick. I like it here because he is one of the best players in this draft, and this is a need for them. This is a need for Detroit. Now, I could see them more of going with an offensive tackle here. I mean, we got to remember, too, Jeffrey Okuda, who was their 2020, he was a 2020 first round pick, the 3rd overall pick. He got hurt last year. You don't know how he's going to recover back from that Achilles injury. I like what he's doing here, but I also realize maybe like an edge rusher or an offensive tackle is something that might be more of a need for them. So here we go. The Houston Texans selecting Trayvon Walker, defensive end from Georgia here. So again, this is their biggest need, in my opinion. This is their biggest need, so this would solidify a need, and Trayvon Walker is rising. So this would be a phenomenal pickup for them, especially also having that 13th pick as well. So here we go. Pick number 4, the New York Jets selecting Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end from Oregon. Kayvon Thibodeau is an interesting cat here because we've seen him as high as 2, but as low as like 11. He's a wild card. We don't know where the hell he's going to end up on the board. With the Jets, he has him going number 4, which, again, it fits a need. But my question is then, because I think if my prediction is going to be, if Ahmad Gardner is somehow still here number 4, they will go with Ahmad Gardner here. That's my opinion. That's what I believe is going to happen. And then at number 10, if you want to go edge rusher, that's fine because that's a need as well. If Kayvon is still there, or do they go an offensive tackle? That's an interesting question as well. And speaking of offensive tackle in another New York team, the New York Giants are selecting Akeem Ekwonu, offensive tackle from NC State. Again, this fits their biggest need. They did re-sign Mark Glesnowski or whatever to a 3-year deal, but that doesn't really do much. They need it. This is a guy that is nasty. He's physical. And again, they did draft Andrew Thomas 4th overall a couple years ago. And if you could get these two going together on the opposite side of each other, you could have one of the better young cores of tackles in the NFL. And Evan Neal's still a possibility here as well. But in my opinion, I think I am higher on Akeem Ekwonu than I am on Evan Neal as well. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Number 6, the Carolinas. They're selecting a quarterback here, and they're selecting Malik Willis, quarterback from Liberty. Damn. So this is interesting here because Carolina does need a quarterback. And this is the question of where are they going to select a quarterback? Because we got to remember this too. They do not have another draft pick until the 4th round. So you're not going to be able to get a guy in the 2nd or 3rd round that might be one of those mid-tier guys and try to, get one of the, you're not going to be able to. So if you don't have another pick till the 4th round like them and you want to get your guy, you have to get him right here. You can't take any chances. And obviously you have 1 year left with Sam Darnold. And Malik Willis is a guy that I don't think you want him starting week 1, and he wouldn't have to. It would be all right. And again, you got Robbie Anderson there. They just extended DJ Moore, and you get Christian McCaffrey coming back. All right, you might be onto something with that. Number 7, the New York Giants are selecting Jermaine Johnson. Okay, so this is nice for them. This is nice for the Giants because now they get their 2 biggest needs filled out. Get yourself an offensive tackle and an edge rusher. And now I've noticed so far too, Kyle Hamilton he's not been off the board yet. And this is a place where I could possibly see Kyle Hamilton going as well as to the New York Giants and also to the New York Jets. Number 8, the Atlanta Falcons selecting Garrett Wilson. I can see this. I don't have any issues with this. It's just going to be a matter of, just whoever's wide receiver 1 on their board. So I have no issues with that. I don't really have much else to say. Number 10, the Seattle Seahawks are selecting Evan Neal, offensive tackle from Alabama here. All right, so this is a great pickup again for them. because if you look at this, Dwayne Brown is still unsigned. They were 20th in offense last year. You're bringing in a new guy as of right now in Drew Lock as your quarterback one. So there's a chance with that. So you're going to want to get him some protection as well. And this is a great pickup for them. I love this pickup for Pete Carroll and John Schneider. This would be a nice pickup for them. I like this. And with the 10th pick, the New York Jets are selecting Drake London, wide receiver from USC. Now, again, with the value here, I like this pickup here as well because, you lost Jamison Crowder. You lost him to the Bills. So you're going to need a wide receiver. You want to try to get a guy that can help out Zach Wilson. And when you have a guy where the area code is the range, is the catch radius, you need that, especially with a guy that you might have questions with Zach Wilson. Get him one of those taller receivers that can go up and get it. So I like this pickup as well for the Jets. So here we go. Number 11, the Washington Commanders are selecting Kyle Hamilton, safety from Notre Dame. In terms of value here, if you're able to get him, because this would be more of a best man available situation. They're selecting Kyle Hamilton here. Now they might have bigger needs. You do need a wide receiver, you need a corner, and you could also use a little bit of interior line help. But is there any interior offensive line at value here? No, I don't think so. Wide receiver? Maybe. If you want to maybe reach on because it would be a reach, and in terms of value here on Chris Olave, I would think that would be an okay reach for them. But this would be a best man available here, and yeah, 4.59 40 might be a little bit slower than what teams would like, but you watch him, 6'4", watch his skill set, he can ball, he can play. Number 12, Minnesota is selecting Derek Stingley, corner from LSU. I like this pickup. This kind of just smells like a Minnesota Viking pick here. It fits a need. Obviously, they did bring back Pat Pete, but I don't know. Can you trust him to still be your cornerback one at the age that he's at? Or you could bring in a guy like Derek Stingley, let him learn from Patrick Peterson, one of the better corners that we've seen in the last decade. And you've seen what he can do. Now, he did deal with that Liz Frank injury. He got hurt and missed the rest of the year. But he's going to be all right. He's going to be good. So this is a good pickup for them. A good pickup for Minnesota. The Houston Texans here are selecting Charles Cross, offensive tackle from Mississippi State. Now, this fits a need for them, so I like this pickup because it seems like right now they're gonna run with Davis Mills at quarterback, and so what do? You get yourself some protection for him, and that's what you got to do. So I like this pickup for them. Number 14, the Baltimore Ravens are selecting Trent McDuffie, corner from Washington. This is, again, a pickup for them that would be very interesting because a corner is a need for them. But I also feel like, Calais Campbell is back. He's 35. I could still see them going with an interior defensive lineman. I could see them maybe going with a guy like Jordan Davis as well. Interior offensive line is an option as well. How are they feeling about Tyler Linderbaum? How are they feeling about him? It's a possibility. But in this case, they're having him go Trent McDuffie because they also lost Anthony Everett. He went to the Raiders. So you lost a corner there, so you're going to want to pick up that. For the 25th ranked offense, this would be an improvement for them. Number 15, the Philadelphia Eagles. They're selecting Chris Olave, wide receiver from Ohio State. I like this pickup for them. Fills a need for them. You get a weapon for Jalen Hurts. And, yeah, him on the opposite side of Devontae Smith. Woo, buddy. That could be nasty. Number 16, the New Orleans Saints are selecting Trevor Penning, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa. This fits a need for them as well. They lost out on Teron Armstead as well. Remember that? He went to Miami. So this would be a pickup for them. But here's the thing. As he mentions here, they traded a pick. You know, they traded up, so they have 2 picks. They have 16 and 18. I'm going to expect they're going to take a quarterback at number 18. That's what my prediction is going to be. Number 17, the Chargers selecting Jordan Davis. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. Yeah, as he says here, I think it's going to be Jordan. It's going to be one of these guys. If they're both on the board, I think they would go a little bit more towards Trevor Penning. But in this situation, they still get a need here. They get their next biggest need right here in Jordan Davis. So I like this pickup for them. And okay, so Philadelphia selecting Nakobe Dean, inside linebacker from Georgia. Hey, this is interesting here. They did lose out on 2 linebackers. They lost out on Jannard Avery and Alex Singleton. So the linebacking core is a little bit thin. And he has him going over Devin Lloyd. It's just going to be a matter of, in this situation, who you have in one or on their board. Number 19. Okay, so the Saints do not take a quarterback. They're selecting Jameson Williams, wide receiver from Alabama. So the Saints go and get themselves a protector, and then they go out and get Jameson Williams, who, before he tore his ACL, was the consensus number 1 wide receiver. And now you get him at number 19. I'm a little surprised that they traded those picks and not get a quarterback here. Yes, you brought back Jameis Winston, but he's not forever. He's not forever. And there's a guy that we haven't seen yet. And now that I say that, I got a feeling he might be right here. And yes, sir, there he is. Number 20, the Steelers are selecting Kenny Pickett, quarterback from Pitt. He says, I'd feel much more comfortable taking Pickett here than I would in the top 10. Best case scenarios is that he becomes a Derek Carr and his floor is an Andy Dalton, which isn't a bad quarterback by any means. Pittsburgh can win with that. Still, those 2 were taken around 2. It didn't have round 1 expectations surrounding them. So if Pickett falls to the Steelers in their laps here, he'd be tough to pass up. And he has a little bit more upside than Trubisky. All right, so this situation, you feel a need that would be in the future. You know that Pickett, you might not want to start in week 1, but you have Trubisky. He's going to help him lead. He's going to help learn and teach him a little bit as well. So I like this pickup, and obviously Steeler Nation will love a quarterback. Number 21, and oh boy, if New England could get Devin Lloyd here, my God, that would be disgusting. That would be dirty. Number 22, the Green Bay Packers selecting Christian Watson, wide receiver from North Dakota State. Now, you figure that they want to get a wide receiver with, obviously, as he mentions here, Devontae Adams being traded out. But, yeah, it's just going to be a matter of who do they want here. Do they want a Jahan Dotson? Are they going to feel like a bigger wide receiver and maybe get themselves a Treylon Burks? In this situation, he has them going Christian Watson here. And I'm also interested to see if later on down the road, maybe a Sky Moore comes into play as well. It's going to be interesting. Number 23, speaking of Treylon Burks, he goes to Arizona, wide receiver from Arkansas. Christian Kirk, he's gone. And obviously Christian Kirk got that ridiculous deal, which was insanity. And this is a guy that goes opposite of DeAndre Hopkins, loses a little bit of that for him, and I like this pickup for Arizona. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them and Kyler Murray as well, but that's a different story for a different day. Number 24, the Dallas Cowboys selecting Arnold Ebiketie, defensive end from Penn State. I like this pickup for them. I feel like they had to use Micah Parsons more of in that pass rusher role, and I don't think that's best for them. So you go and get yourself a nice pass rusher, and that allows Micah Parsons to free up a little bit, and that's in the defense, and that you just need a pass rusher here. So this would be a good pickup for them as well. I like this. I like this for them. And it'll be interesting to see, too, who do they feel a little bit more about? Arnold Ebiketie, or they feel more maybe about George Karlaftis from Purdue? That's a question to ask yourself, and that'll be something that they'll be asking themselves as well. Number 25, the Buffalo Bills are selecting Daxton Hill, safety from Michigan here. Yeah. Daxton Hill, he's one of those guys that he might be, one of the top few picks in the second round, or he could be a late first round pick here. You get that 5th-year contractual control. This will help out their defense as well. Corner would be an interesting thing here too. Mentions Kyler Gordon, mentions Andrew Booth, which would be, I think, the last 2 corners with the first round grade. So there you go. That would be interesting as well. Tre'Davious White also returning from an ACL tear as well. So they're going to go secondary of some sort. It's just a matter of who and what position. Number 26, the Tennessee Titans are selecting Jahan Dotson. I like this pickup for them. They need a wide receiver. This would be nasty outside of A.J. Brown. Number 27, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are selecting Devontae Wyatt, defensive tackle from Georgia. Having him on the next to Vita Vea, holy hell. Good luck to the quarterbacks, or good luck to any running back trying to run on that defensive line. That's what I'll just say about that. Green Bay, number 28, selecting Zion Johnson, guard/tackle from Boston College. He's one of my favorite guys in this draft. I like versatility. And it's interesting, too, that he has Zion Johnson going over Tyler Linderbaum, and the fact that Tyler Linderbaum is still here, and now you're starting to question yourself, is he going to go into the second round, possibly? It's interesting to ask. But here, we're going to go again, Zion Johnson. Go and get yourself some protection. So you got yourself a wide receiver, so you have someone that Aaron Rodgers could throw to, and now you get some protection for him. So you're helping out Aaron Rodgers. So there. Kansas City, they're selecting Andrew Booth, corner from Clemson. Yeah, they could use some help on the secondary, and this would be nice for them. And again, back-to-back picks here. The first time since 2003 that we've had this happen. It was the Arizona Cardinals that did that. Fun fact, there you go. So Andrew Booth, so they go secondary here, so they go double defense, and that's what you need. You need to go the double D here. You go secondary, Andrew Booth, get yourself a pass rusher and George Karlaftis. And I actually agree. He says no wide receiver here. I can agree to this. I trust the depth more in the wide receiver position in the later rounds than I do pass rusher. So you go with the guy in George Karlaftis where you know you could get good value later on in the draft. I like this idea and this thought process by Mel Kiper. Okay, here we go. So the Jets are moving up. So we have our first trade. So Cincinnati's trading out, and they're going after Tyler Linderbaum. Could Linderbaum be the next, or be the Jets' new Nick Mangold? Interesting. This would be interesting here. And the Jets as well, this is interesting. They could use a little bit of offensive line help as well. They did sign Lincoln Tomlinson to a 3-year, $40 million deal, so you could get some depth on that interior part of the offensive line. Now, you also did lose Morgan Moses to Baltimore, but this would be interesting. I like this, though. And we're going to see a whole lot of trades going on in the draft, I bet you. And, okay. So the Detroit Lions are selecting Lewis Keene. I haven't been able to pronounce that yet. Safety from Georgia. He says, the more I talk to people in the league, the more I think the Lions will stand pat on a quarterback with the first 3, or with the 3 picks in the top 34. Jared Goff can be the starter in 2022, and if he struggles, chances are Detroit will be right back in the mix for number 1 overall pick, and they can use where it's supposed to be a better quarterback class than it is this year. So this is interesting. A 4.37 40 at the combine. And if you're the Detroit Lions here, safety is a possibility. Now they did also add Tracy Walker to a 3-year, $25 million deal, which is interesting, but you could also never have too much depth in the secondary as well. So now real quick, we'll go through round 2. We'll just go through this real quick. Jacksonville selecting Kenyon Green. Detroit selecting David Ajabo. So you get yourself a whole lot of defense. A whole lot of defense. The Cincinnati Bengals selecting Kyer Elam. All right. This would be nice for them. The Giants selecting a safety. First running back off the board, the Jets selecting Breece Hall. The Chicago Bears selecting Kyler Gordon. All right, get themselves a little bit of secondary help. They also do not have a first-round pick, too, so that's their first pick. The Seattle Seahawks are selecting Desmond Ridder. So they are saying hell no to Baker Mayfield, which we did not get into that at all either. Seattle having back-to-back picks. They're selecting linebacker Bernard Rainman here. He's a guy that could be a late first-round pick as well. I'll be interested to see if he goes. Atlanta selecting Boye Mafe. The Cleveland Browns selecting a defensive tackle. I can see that. Linebacker Perion Winfrey. Miles Bridges docked $50,000 for him hitting a fan with his mouthpiece. So there's a quick update on that. George Pickens, wide receiver from Georgia. This would be a pick I would love to see the Steelers get in the second round if they were able to. Oh boy, this would be nasty. Chicago's Tyler Smith. Matt Corral going to the Saints. So here you go. So now you get your quarterback at number 49 that I thought they would have probably got at pick 18. Now that's value there. All right. If that's the case, good job, New Orleans. Speaking of Sky Moore, we talked about him earlier. Kansas City gets Sky Moore. And again, now you fill both needs. You fill yourself a defensive end role, and you get yourself the wide receiver to replace what Tyreek Hill did. Drake Jackson, edge rusher going to Philly. All right, here we go. Pittsburgh selecting John Mechie, the third from Alabama. You're damn right. I would love to have this happen. This would be a phenomenal pickup for Pittsburgh if you could get him in the second round, especially because we don't know what's going to happen with Deontay Johnson after this year and also replacing Juju. Green Bay selecting another wide receiver, Alec Pierce. New England selecting Logan Hall, corner, offensive tackle. Kenneth Walker, there we go, second running back off the board. So Green Bay has a whole lot of picks, damn. As my computer trying to restart, let's hurry up and do this. So yeah, there's that. So there you go. We went through his mock draft, and there you have it. And there you have it. We are done here. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you did enjoy. Again, I do want to do a quick update on this because, again, we've been scrolling like crazy on the subscriber part. We've gained 2 more subscribers since we've been on. We are 5 subscribers away from 400. So make sure if you have a yet, smash that subscribe button. It's completely free. Go and support it as much as you can. We do appreciate it. Smash the like button. Turn on the notification bell so you know when we go live. When we go live like this, when we go live on April 28th for the NFL draft, when we post videos, make sure to just go and do that. Smash that subscribe button and hit the like button and hit the notification bell. And yeah, until then, I hope to see you. I might do it depending on how time goes. I might do another mock draft next week. Maybe I'll do a reaction, or I'll do if I don't do it on live, maybe I'll just post an actual video about it. We'll see. But until then, I hope to see you guys in the next video or next live stream, whatever happens. And yeah, this was a whole lot of, this was emotional for me. This might be emotional for a lot of people as well, but I purposely, again, wanted to do this a little bit later on. I didn't want to be one of those people because I saw a whole lot of that when Kobe died, where people just instantly, they claim that they didn't, they did it not for money or they didn't do it for whatever. But sometimes I question that. But until then, I hope to see you next week. And until then, stay safe. Make sure to keep all your loved ones together. Make sure to tell everyone that you do love, that you love them. And yeah, until then, stay safe. Peace out.